the last week or so. There's been a ton of momentum and things with the Bulldog Initiative and the collective with Charlie Winfield, and I think they quadrupled in what was given last week alone. And I guess just with that, I think some of your coaches have kind of mentioned it as well, but how awesome is that support, and just I guess to keep that momentum going and people continue to contribute to the Bulldog Initiative. Just kind of what's your thoughts on that, and how important is it to keep that rolling?
Well, I think that's outstanding. I think that, of course, Charlie does a great job. He's a smart guy and knows a little about everything and is good at organizing things. But it really took off in a huge fashion, and I think there's a lot of energy around Mississippi State in our program, and the biggest way the thing is to harness it. And that's a pretty good initial step. I think sometimes these things, you can have too many moving parts, too many people involved, and the right guy at the top is a lot of times the best way to do it.
Steve?
Coach, Will told us in postgame about the touchdown play there to end the game. Appeared to be a check, went from passing play to running play. Kind of how does that work for you? How much autonomy do you give him there? Is it like a formational thing? And how often do you see that happen? How often do you encourage it?
He gets autonomy. He can check from goal line to goal line, and we teach that. That's cultivated day one, so you have flexibility to attack and things like that. And then down there, they were kind of playing the game of, this many's in the tackle box, and the two guys on the edge sort of are. But really what they're planning to do is go 3-on-2 on the two receivers, so more vulnerable, to the run. And so, yeah, it's good.
Mike, you mentioned after the Alabama game that your receivers needed to work on their hands in the bye week that you guys had. I guess, what do you think of that group's performance against Auburn? I guess how do you keep improving with 3 games left on the season?
I thought they improved. I don't think we're there yet. I think we got to keep getting better. We'd like to see that group be a little tougher group. We've got some skill, but just tough, gritty guys instead of a part of a fun little club. And I'd love to see some guy that is determined to be the best receiver of that group, take the whole thing, control of it, and have a burning desire to have more catches than everybody else, and practice and play like that. And then others will have some example to follow. But we need to do a better job of separating ourselves. Right now, we like to kind of cluster together.
Coach, number 1 ranked Georgia coming in this weekend. You've played and beaten top ranked teams before. What does it take to beat the number 1 team in the country?
Don't get too caught up in it. Just focus on what you do, and have the discipline. And you gotta, and the hardest thing, I suppose, is to get the message to everybody. It's one thing to say it, but everybody's got to believe and buy in. Just worry about what you do. Just worry about your job. But be the best football player you can be, because the other guy's going to do whatever he does, which you don't necessarily have control over that, but you do have control over yourself. And so you want to control all the variables you can, and if you can, you put yourself in the best position to win.